back for part 5 of the Kratos Noobish pyro build. In today's episode, we're going to go through at least the very beginning of the undead settlement. We are going to get at least 2 NPCs. I'm basically putting a rush on the pyro one just because, I'm a pyromancer, so I might as well try to get the pyro NPC when I can. We're going to try to get, we'll be getting an Estus shard, and we will be continuing with Grarat's quest line with giving Loretta the ring. We'll also, are going to try to get to one of the bonfires as well in the undead settlement. And then that may be all we get to do today. Maybe we can, there's at least 2 more covenants within the early areas of this area, so let us begin. This is from where the boss was. I'm going to go ahead and ember up. Because if you remember, I waited to ember just in case I'd have to fight the boss again because I died while doing it. So we just come down here and we hold up that banner that lady gave us. Lots of messages. Looks like a lot of people died as well. It is weird because all you do is go towards it and it already says press X. It's not like you have to reach into your inventory. Or like Castlevania 2 where you have to like duck for 3 minutes while holding a red gem. Looks like something out of Pan's Labyrinth. They've come to take me away, haha, they've come to take me away. Like I said, it's weird with the bonfires because we just were at a bonfire for the boss. Here is another bonfire. And if you look at that gate down there, there's actually going to be a bonfire pretty much right inside that gate too. So like I said, I think the bonfires became more of a ease to teleport than it came from checkpoints, which I think really it makes the game much easier than what I've played from some of the other ones. Although I haven't played Dark Souls 1, of course. I've heard that's like the hardest, especially since you don't get the fast travel option at the beginning, so it's a lot of back traveling. But, so I'm kind of going through this and Neo at the same time, so I'm really hoping it doesn't give me problems, because I don't know if you guys have watched that video, but I was having issues with the fact that Neo uses the X and triangle for attack, and this one uses the R1 and R2. Now, I just go ahead and let these dogs kill all these people. There's no reason to get down there. I'm not sure if these people, these undead people are even, would attack me if I tried. Dang it. What I was trying to do is, usually I just can fall right on that on that little cab, or carriage. It's kind of a cage. And I could at least get the drop on 1, if not maybe 2. Like I said, there's another bonfire through there we're going to get real quick, so I'm not going to worry too much about healing and whatnot. I don't have to. I mean, not healing necessarily, but I don't have to worry about wasting any flasks. Now there are 2 dogs behind here. They actually won't attack you until you get pretty close to them. They're easy to sneak up, and the reason why will be shown once we pick up the item. The Alluring Skull, it's kind of like a stealth type of thing where you can throw it and certain enemies will go and try to attack it. Now you can see all these dead, they call them pilgrims, I think. They're all these dead pilgrims. There's one right there that's kind of breathing. Now, first time I went through there, I came close to attacking him because he said, break my shackles. And I was like, but all you do is talk to him. This is,
then it's true.
The guy that will help, will teach you some sorceries, but he will also, depending on how many deaths in between, and hollow levels and all that, basically he will give you a free level. And he'll actually give you 5 free levels. Oh yeah, make sure you don't forget this one. He'll give you 5 free levels, and then basically he'll die, as long as you do it before the Abyss Watcher's boss fight. And then when he dies, this other lady will come in and say that she's taking over. And every time you get a level, you get this dark sigil, which will increase your hollow. But it didn't really seem to affect too much. But what it does is it allows you to do the third ending where basically you take the flame and you become like the king of hollows. So open this up. This guy is the one that kind of controls the dogs. Other than that, he doesn't really do much, so kill him. In fact, oddly enough, even though he's right next to that bonfire, whenever you teleport back to that bonfire, I've never had him attack me, so there's nothing out here except for a view. It's a good view. I may show you something a little later, because eventually I will have to come back to this bonfire. But we're going to get right on with the rest of this level. But it's pretty cool in this game. You can actually see quite a bit. You know, you pretty much anything you see at one point you'll probably visit. So, like the bonfire. Like I said, this guy just keeps walking. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna try rest at it just so that I can get that. We're gonna go ahead and go back and I'm gonna show you the new NPC, get my level up, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to raise my strength up to use the shield, the Lothric shield, because it's a nice shield. Like I said, it's 100% physical. You can parry with it, and quite a bit of lightning resistance too, which maybe not be as important as maybe just magic or fire, but it's definitely useful. Let's go over here. I need to try to level up as much as I can with the souls first, because even though you get a free level from Yol or whatever his name is, it does bump the number of souls you need to level up again. So if I go get a free level first, then that means I'm going to need more souls to level up. Man, I was this close to getting a second level up. I don't have any more souls. Maybe I can sell some stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna sell some stuff at least to get one more level up. So you can see where it says required souls. I only need like a few hundred. So I'll just sell a few hundred and I can do the homeward bones. One. Yeah, I don't need these either. I mean, like I said, I got fireballs. These are worth 100 each, so we'll just sell one of those and then one of the homeward bones. I won't use the homeward bones very often. Like I said, there's not that much space if you're just running between bonfires. So really, I think I'm off by 7. Okay, one more. We'll just sell one more, and then we'll get a level up, and then we'll go and get a free level up. Yeah, I don't. The alluring skulls really aren't that useful. It'd be one thing if they would just go towards it and just stay there and look down at it. But a lot of times when I've thrown them down, what actually happens is they try to attack the item, and so they're still moving around, so you can't really get a decent backstab or even a charge attack. But you notice I am one more point away from equipping this shield. So the boss soul, which I was just showing you guys, which I was looking at, because I try to see if they tell you how many souls you can get for it. You can actually break them and get the souls out of them, but if you do that, you lose the option of transposing it in a little while to get cool items. But like I said, you can see draw out your true strength. Basically, like I said, he gives you a dark sigil and he gives you a free level up point. You might talk to him again. Sometimes I've had times where I've died multiple times. I could just go in, especially with New Game Plus. I was able to just go in and I was able to talk to him 5 times and got 5 free levels, which is nice. And he will give you a gesture after his dialogue. And like I said, he does have some sorceries. He's got your most of the arrows and the magic shield and all that stuff. But like I said, I'll probably use some sorceries later. But right now, my attunement is one away from getting 2 spells. And I'll be able to get a ring fairly soon within, not this area, but the next one, I believe, so I can have some more cells. But here's the dark sigils. Like I said, you'll gain up to 5, and then when you continue the quest line, at one point you will marry an NPC, and when you do that, you'll get 3 more, which will basically top you out. But don't worry, if you don't want to do the ending, one, you don't have to necessarily. You can always do the second ending with the Firekeeper and her eyes, or if you have the souls, farm the souls up, and you can heal all that, and it'll just stop that from occurring. Or you can just not marry the girl too, that'll work too. But yeah, now I've got the Lothric Knight shield, this will be nice. I won't have to carry around 2 shields all the time, just because one's parry and one's not. Yeah, this guy's dialogue will change after the first boss, which is nice.
And he ate so many, and they made him such as a lord.
I love how they made him so weak. Alright, let's head back after I get all my items situated. So I don't have my Ring of Sacrifice anymore because it got sacrificed when I defeated that, or I got lost that one night. So keep my crossbow. I don't need all these shields now. In fact, the only other shields that I'll probably keep, unless for some reason I drop, is some shield I don't know about, and it's amazing. But there will be at least 3 shields, or at least I guess 2 shields. That one will be really high against fire, one will be really high against magic, and I'll keep those around. Because some bosses have those elements to them. So head back to the Undead Settlement. Like I said, now we're going to be getting an Estus Shard, and we will be getting an item for Gerard's quest line. So this area is not super hard. It seems to me, besides maybe the poison and swamp levels, one of the more spread out areas. But I mean, there's like at least 3 bonfires, and there's a lot of shortcuts to it. And there's really only maybe 2 major enemies that you really have to look out for. About the biggest thing is that one of the major areas you're going to want to get to, you're going to have to do something that is not very obvious. So when you come over here, there'll be 2 guys coming out of this house. They're not too hard, just try to take care of one as quickly as you can before the other one comes out. Or you get lucky and they glitch out like that, whatever. These guys aren't too hard. Like I said, the pitchforks may be the rougher of the common ones here out of those guys, just because he's got range. We're about to meet our first thrall. They're little bitty guys, which makes them the hard part. Definitely look at all these corpses lying around. There's actually quite a few items you can get. Sometimes you'll have to knock it down, and then you'll have to wait a while to get down a cliff area to get to it, but definitely keep an eye on that. Like I said, here in a little bit we'll see a thrall. Yeah, here he is. Like I said, it only takes 1 or 2 shots to get rid of them, but they're so small that they're actually kind of hard to dodge. You can't really backstab them, and I really haven't tried parrying. The best part is just to put your shield out and have them bounce off of it. Also, they do, some of them will shoot a projectile at you, so definitely be careful with that. So come out here, you're going to have this little corpse right here. Hold on, let me take care of this guy first. And there's an item around here we'll go ahead and grab. I think it's some repair powder, which I usually just sell. I've never ever had a point where I needed to do it. Now be careful with this. If your weapon has a lot of advancement to it, you will fall at the same time as you hit it. And you don't want to fall down there, because you don't want to accidentally pull that mob down there, because there's quite a few people down there, and there's one of the enemies I was going to warn you about as one of the tougher enemies in the area. The first of the toughest enemies. This guy is the one that usually throws projectiles at me, so just kill him. The ones you really have to worry about, there's some that will carry these giant great swords around somehow, and those are the ones that can do some damage. But these will be ambush enemies quite often in this game, actually, because they can actually climb on walls, and actually we'll show you some of those here very soon. And they also like to hide in the rafters. Okay, so here's this big mob. We gotta be very careful. We're gonna go around here real quick to get the thing. Now, they're actually pretty fixated on the big lady in the middle of this bonfire, so they won't move unless you get really close to them. But you see the barrels, those are the fire barrels. So just throw a firebomb or a fire ball. And even though it blew up, in fact, one of them, it literally looked like one of them got hit with some shrapnel. They still didn't aggro. So just do that. I'm gonna go ahead. I have a couple mana potions, so I'm gonna go ahead and just double tap these. That way, you want to make sure you don't have any of these left alive when you have to fight the big lady, because the big lady is one of the reasons why she's so hard, at least at the beginning of the game, especially if you're not ready for her. Is she has a really nasty range attack and she has a really nasty close-up attack. Her range attack will also cause like a bleed effect, and if it staggers up enough, it'll just take a big chunk of your health. Also, anytime she hits you with her mace, it'll do bleed as well. See, here it is. You can dodge it. Oh, yeah, see, and then she has a lot of range. And like I said, if that purple, you see that bar down there, if it hits up full, it will pretty much take the rest of my health down. But also, if you get really close, she'll open up her book, and if you're thinking, oh, she's going for a range attack, I can hit her as much as I want. Instead, she'll catch on fire, and she will run at you and try to grab you, and if she grabs you, it's probably going to be an instant death. So right now, I can dodge these range attacks pretty easily. Oh, yeah, look at that. That almost put me up far. Yeah, here we go. See, she'll grab you, and it's pretty much instant death. So we're gonna be safe. We're gonna keep chucking fireballs, especially since I've got that bleed meter up so high. But the thing that they were worshipping over here, besides her and this bonfire, there is it's an Estus shard. So we'll be able to get another one of those, and we'll probably put it on the health, so we'll have 5 health and 2 mana, and then the next Estus shard after that, we'll make sure we grab another mana one. Yeah, I'm not worried about you. You can get a lot of the worker clothes off of them. I doubt they're any good. I didn't even look. Usually when I see worker clothes, I'm not thinking it's going to have any major benefits. Grab the soul item. Now there's a couple places we can go. If you go continue down there, there's actually a place where you'll get another Covenant item. But I suggest coming over here. As I said, if you go across there, that's where that Covenant item is. We'll get there soon enough. But we're going to go towards this big house. If we were to go through the right and then keep going over, you'll actually find another Covenant. It's actually a little more secretive than the other one, and it's one that you have to do before you fight the boss in this area, or they go away. But what we're going to try to do is we're wanting to rush the next bonfire, because the next bonfire close to it will be our Pyromancer NPC. So go through this house. There's 2 enemies, one in this stall, and then like a couple stalls over. So they'll wake up, charge attack. It's good. In the next area, one of those thralls are going to drop down, and it's one of those great sword thralls. So we're going to need to be careful. See, he's got this huge sword. I don't know how he's carrying it. And he also seems to have quite a bit more defense than the other ones. But he can actually do quite a bit of damage on you. But it is pretty slow. Another thrall will probably drop down as soon as I get through this door. You definitely don't want to stay in this area for too long, because there's quite a few thralls on these roofs that will shoot arrows. And don't stand too close to those barrels, because there's another guy over there that will throw fireballs. But there's 2 guys here. Drop down and at least kill one if you can. Hey, Titanite shard. We're going to want to use that to... Yeah, same fireballs. We're going to want to use that to either upgrade our axe at some point later on, or we can actually start upgrading our pyromancing glove thing with the NPC, which I may actually look into. That's something I didn't have to worry about during my first playthrough, because I wasn't using pyromancing. But once you're done, get the bonfire lit, come up here, and the NPC will be up here. Yeah, let's heal up. There's actually, it's not that these enemies are hard, it's just that they're grouped up in a place where there's not a lot of movement. So I can't dodge too much, or I'll fall down. So, I try to go through that door, it did not work. But it's still 2 shots pretty much can kill it. Like I said, you have a little bit of range on it, so that's nice. There we go. Yay, 100% physical defense. Here he is.
Aha, welcome. I am
Talk to him,
but here we are.
and
I hear the
basically you'll want to go back. He'll want to go back, and then you can actually you'll get these pyromancy tomes, and he'll teach you some more pyromancies. Now there's a couple pyromancy tomes that he won't be able to use, that I think are like they're more evil or something goofy like that. And for some reason he can't use them. And there'll be a different NPC. I believe it's in the dungeons area. Which is a pretty rough area to do, but it's well worth getting her, because not only will she help give you some more advanced pyromancies, but she will also help take the dark miracle tomes, so that our priestess or whatever she is that helps us learn miracles, we don't turn her evil, because that's no fun. Unless you want to do that, then go right ahead. So as I said, we're going to go back to the Firelink Shrine. I'm going to show you some stuff. The other thing, if you're not a pyromancer and you decide you want to kind of be a hybrid pyromancer, the NPC we just unlocked will give us a free pyromancer glove to do the pyromancies. He'll give the hand axe was right there, which is the pyromancer weapon you start with, and I believe he will sell you the pyromancer gear as well. But we don't really need that because we have that. In fact, because we have it, they may not. They may not even offer it. But he also will sell the fireball spell that we're using too. But again, we don't really need that because again, we already have it. But let's go ahead and we'll get our Estus before I forget, because I will do that. Like I said, we got 5-2. Like I said, the next one we'll go ahead and get a mana, so we'll be at 5-3, and then at 6. I try to do it half and half as much as I can, but I do health first. I don't see a reason there to really reinforce a shield. It does increase the stability, it increases the physical attack, but you're not using it to physical attack. So let's give him the bone that we found, because that's the lady he wanted us to give the ring to.
Heavens, thank you.
And he actually will get sad. Next time we'll probably show you. He's usually like on the ground. He'll give you a gesture, and he's basically curled up into a ball. I'm gonna go over here. Someone kept telling me that you die twice in between the levels, and he will level you up again. But like I said, when I did the New Game Plus, I just went and talked to him, and he leveled me up 5 times. So I don't know if it's just necessarily like you need to die 9 times or something like that, or 10 times, and you can just level up as much as you can. The next time I play here, one of the things I'm going to show you is you can actually go to the very top of this place and just fall off and die multiple times, and we can probably just raise our level up 4 times. But just remember, like I said, the souls needed to level up will also go up, so it may take a while for you to legitimately level up again. But so normally, if you're not a pyromancer, you don't have a glove, he'll give you one for free. Yeah, I'm gonna reinforce this one, because you can actually see down there, spell buff goes up a little bit, and fire damage goes up a little bit. So, but he's got the regular fireball spell, fire surge, which is kind of like a flamethrower type thing. Flash sweat is the last one there. We'll probably get that eventually. It basically ups your fire resistance, and at some point you're going to want to use that. But I'm not sure what this third one is, but it's too much souls for what I have now. It says create powerful giant flame in hand, but what do I do with it once it's in my hand?
Do not be gone for long.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. Like I said, I haven't really used a lot of pyromancing stuff, so I really need to play around with the pyromancer spells. And I'm probably going to get all the pyromancer spells just just because I'm a pyromancer, even if I probably won't use maybe but 3 or 4 of them. But I think we're going to end it for today. We'll finish up on Dead Settlement in the next one. Kratos, out.